Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moe Talk, where we talk football. Wow. You see, this is exactly why I don't like talking about transfers, especially with this new owners. Ugh. Talk about way to end what would have been a very beautiful transfer window. I mean, fair play to them, fair play to the owners, fair play to the board, which they've done pretty well at the start of the transfer window, especially with the purchase of a player like João Pedro, player you see a player like what's his name Hato. Hato coming to Chelsea. That's a very good buy. João Pedro, we've already seen the impact he's had already. You know, I don't know if I should hype up Gittins, but Gittins, he's okay. He's still raw. There's still room for improvement with him, but he's still raw. Um, Basically, these guys, they're okay, but what would have been the icing on the cake? Personally, me, I was thinking, just like the rest of you, I was thinking a Xavi Simons and a defender, a CB, because of the lack at the back with Levi Colwell out for pretty much the whole season with an injury, ACL. I felt that we'd probably go for a loan because I also said it here. I made a video. I said it like, what's the point of buying a player to just come out like a makeshift for a season? What happens when Colwell gets back? Sorry, we don't need you anymore. So I felt personally a loan would have been better. Yeah. But as we all know in the transfer, I've been following it. Yes, I haven't been making videos, but I've been following it very well, especially on Twitter. You should go check out, follow me on X. I'm very, very active there. I've been following it. I've been saying that this Granacho news isn't going away. And it feels like a blue coal transfer, which was why it was hurting me. I was very upset about it, but I kept on telling myself that look, we might be getting Granacho. It feels like a blue coal signing. He's young, he's 21. There's hype around him, good or bad, but there's still hype around him. You get. So, and he's in England. So it's something that they just look at and like, we can sign him, we can sell him. He's not really needed by the fans. They don't really care about him. If he works for the fans, if he works for the team, good. If he doesn't work for the team, good. We sell him. But I don't know why they were just so fixated on him. I guess he's their love child of some sort. Anyway, I kept on saying that this news isn't going anywhere. We will sign Granacho. But Fabrizio also kept on pushing, saying that we are in advanced talks with Xavi Simons' team. And when I now heard that there were personal terms agreed, I was like, okay, you know what? I could bypass the whole Granacho thing as long as we're getting a player like Xavi Simons. Whereas me personally, I'd say leave Xavi Simon and just go for a CB loan. However, Bluco has already put themselves in a fix with Gittins. So this was my logic. I was thinking, okay, they put themselves in a fix with Gittins, so they need a proper backup for Gittins because of what they have seen, probably. I mean, we all saw it, especially those with eyes. We all saw it that Gittins, he's all right, but he's not it. He's not that Chelsea level. We all saw it when he was at Dortmund, but I don't know what for some reason these guys won't see. Anyway, fast forward. They now start putting out the PR like we need to sell to buy, which is what A lot of people, especially people like Eunice, even Johnny Minerals, they've all said it that way. It's a sell to buy club now. So, and especially to keep up with the PRS, is it PRS, whatever, to keep up with the rule, financial fair play rules and all of that. So, to balance the books, they had to sell. And they kept on telling Xavi Simons' camp, look, Jackson and Kunku need to go out the door. They go out the door, we sign. They go out the door, we sign you. Patient, patient, patient. This guy kept on kicking away other clubs that came for him, saying he wants Chelsea. At least that's what PR says. That he wants Chelsea, he wants Chelsea. Leipzig gave us a price. They said, look, this is our price for him. We want 60 million euros and the deal is done. But Chelsea values him at what, 40? And they said, look, we want 40. And I was thinking, perfect. You guys meet in the middle. I mean, you already have personal terms agreed. You might as well just negotiate, meet in the middle. Everything must not always be an arm twisting transfer. You mustn't twist every club's arm to get exactly what you want. Sometimes sacrifices, compromises need to be made in order to get what you want. And that was what I was thinking. I'm like, why is this thing taking so long? Meet in the middle. Drop off on 5 million euros. You drop off on 5 million euros, and you have your player. Okay, maybe it's because Nkunku and Jackson haven't left yet. All right, let's see. I said this. I said we will see who Blueco places more priority on. The moment either Jackson or Nkunku is sold, we will see who the real target is. Nkunku was sold, I think, yesterday. The news came out yesterday. Nkunku has gone to AC Milan, I think, for about 35 or 37 million euros plus add-on, or including add-on, whatever the add-ons are. And I'm like, okay, things are boiling up. The transfer window is coming to a close. Let's see. And I was watching. And the Granacho news kept on picking pace. And I was like, don't tell me these guys will get Granacho first. And I hear some Chelsea YouTubers saying, oh, they had to balance the books. Which was, they were explaining why we went for Granacho first. They had to balance the books and get Granacho first. And now we will get Xavi Simons. Even Eunice, my man, Eunice, he also said they wanted him to, that's Xavi Simons, they wanted him to be the deadline day. Fair play to him. He also said it was risky. Don't let your key target be deadline day. You could miss out on this player. However, they pick Garnacho. News came out yesterday, real quick. I think for 40 million. I'm like, okay, you were able to cough out this money, and Xavi Simons that you've been negotiating with before even the whole Garnacho news came out. Mind you, don't forget, we've been on Xavi Simons before even Garnacho news came out. And then Garnacho, here we go, has already come out. Hours after Nkunku has been sold, I was like, nah, we're not getting Xavi Simons. I started prepping myself mentally that we're not getting Xavi Simons. Why do I say that? I wasn't sure. As at the time I came up with this theory, I was not sure. But now that this has happened, this is going to be my stance from here on. Notice that lately Blueco has been doing what we call smoke screen. They come up with the fan favorite targets, keep the carrot, dangling the carrot in our eyes while they are looking after their own targets, sealing the targets while dangling the carrot in our faces, and we overlook it, and they sign him, and we're like, oh, no problem, as long as we're getting our carrots, and before we know anything, whoop, it's gone from us. Osimhen was the last carrot for the previous transfer window. This transfer window, it's Xavi Simons. There was no bid. In other words, there was never an interest. They just came up, and it's so sad that they will go through this route, because now not only are you deceiving the fans, you're also deceiving the player. That's crazy. Some people might say, hey, keep quiet. What you're saying, you don't know what they've seen. And you may be right. They might have seen something just like it was with Gyökeres. But at least with Gyökeres, there was no personal terms agreed. So there was no move, there was no interest whatsoever. But this one, you've already gone to go and meet the player and have personal terms agreed. Why go that length? Why didn't you just play the same, why didn't you just play the same move you played with Gyökeres? Why did you also have to deceive the player? He took permission from Leipzig to come to London, and it was given a 48-hour time period to seal a deal. And Tottenham showed interest. I mean, within hours, they said, you know what, we want you. And that is all a player needs, to be shown that you are taken seriously. And it's very certain, because just before we got the here we go, it's very possible that he may have even rejected us, because we played and toyed with him. It was unfair. And if this is going to be your MO, well, I'm sorry. If you're going to also not deceive the fans, you're also going to deceive players. Come on. I would have been fuming, really, really, really fuming. I'm upset. My voice is going up and all. I'm upset. But I'm just cutting them some slack, because the transfer window wasn't entirely bad. But going forward, this is why I don't like making transfer windows, because the transfer news videos, because these guys are sneaky. And what I'm just doing right now is trying to figure them out. If a player comes through, fine. I'll make a video. I celebrate. Yay. Like I did with Hato. I was a hater. I did it with Hato. But with the whole PR this, PR that, at some point it became Fabrizio Romano versus Ben Jacobs. They were just hitting at each other until they finally aligned, and here we go. It's crazy. And right now the fans are so upset. Me, I'm trying not to be upset, because I kind of sensed it early hours of yesterday. I sensed it coming. So my pain started yesterday. So this is me just looking at reality and seeing it for what it is. So guys, I hope this video was an eye-opener to you going forward. From now on, don't get carried away. Always look out. Is this a blue core or clearly carrots they are dangling in front of me? Because let's see, look, one thing you should know about blue core that I've realized, our Clear Lake or the leaders at Chelsea, when they want a player, they move fast. It only kind of stalls when it's a buster deal, like high fee. Caicedo, for example. Enzo Fernandez, for example. Those were heavy buys. It can stall because they will negotiate as usual, try to arm twist. I don't have a problem with that. But like I said, it mustn't always be the exact figure you want. But when you see and you know that Chelsea can afford it, I mean, we've made so much money from sales. But you look at this deal and you say, this isn't that expensive for Chelsea. And it kept on stalling and stalling and stalling. Just know that Chelsea, these guys are not serious about that transfer. Especially when there is a background target. Anyway, that's what I have learned. I don't know if I'm right 100%, but this is what I have learned, and this is what I'll stick with for now. Okay? So, we move. The next thing, at least you would think, in spite of all this trash, You started this window so well and you've ended it in the most disgraceful and disgusting way. At least do something reasonable. Front of shirt sponsor, at least. Surely. We've already started the season without a front of shirt sponsor. Come on. You guys can't be this desperate to look so incompetent. Come on. Anyway, that's that for another day. Hopefully we get Riyadh Air or something meaningful, being world champions and all. We look forward to our next fixture in the Premier League this weekend. So I don't know if there will be a preview, but there will definitely be a review. So you guys, catch you then. God bless. Have a lovely day, at least to an extent. Bye.